Okay, having a look at the Term 3 Week 6 quiz for Year 8. So starting with a solving question. We've just started into our solving equations, so I've put a few hints along the way for these questions. In the next quiz, you won't get those hints here. So we've got m plus 9 equals 2. I've put the arrows there with the takeaway 9, so we're writing m is equal to, and 2 take away 9 is negative 7. Then for part B, a two-step one, we're adding 5, so we get 3g is equal to 9, and then we're going to divide by 3. So we get g is equal to 3. Question 2 is an expanding question, but I've put two together, so expand and simplify. So I'm going to expand these two sets of brackets. So when I do the first bracket, I've got 3 times b take 3 times 5. And then I'm adding to that 2b times b plus 2b times 3. So I get 3b take 15 plus 2b squared plus 6b. So now I'm going to look for my like terms and start with the highest power. So I've got a 2b squared, no other b squares there, so that starts. 3b plus 6b is going to be 9b, and then I have the minus 15 there. Factorising, I'm going to break it down into its parts. So 4 times a times b plus 4 times 2 times a times b. I choose to do the 4 times 2 for the 8 because I've got my 4 over here. And I've got an a in common and a b in common. So I can put 4ab outside of b plus 2. I do a quick check. 4ab times b gives me 4ab squared. 4ab times 2 gives me 8ab. Simplifying using some index laws. I've cut this down to just 3 questions this week, just to keep revising that. But obviously we've got our other index laws as well to remember. So b to the 7 times b to the 3. We want to see that working line of 7 plus 3, and then b to the power 10. Here we've got the 2 outside the brackets, and we're remembering that that applies to both of the things inside the brackets. So we get 16b to the power of 6. We could also have left it as 4 squared b to the power of 6. Here we've got a bracket raised to a power, so everything inside that bracket is being raised to the power of 0, and we know anything to the power of 0 is 1. Going on to the next side, we have got some ratio questions. So we're still practicing these ones where they have different units and fractions. So here we want to put, we've got cents and dollars. We want to put our dollars, write that as a number of cents. So that would be 100 cents. We could then cancel out the cents, cancel out a 0 on each. We've got 2 is to 10, which we can then simplify as 1 is to 5. Here we've got a third and 2/5. So we look at what we can multiply both of those. They both go into 15. So if we multiply by 15, we're going to get 1/3 times 15 is 5. And the 2/5 times 15, if you're not sure what the answer, I'll just show you how you can do that on your calculator. So you can use your fraction button and do 2 over 5 and multiply that by 15, and you can get that answer of 6. So if you're not sure what the fraction when you multiply is going to be, go to your calculator and do that multiplication on there. Dividing $50 in a ratio of 7 is to 3. Our total parts is equal to 10 because 7 parts is to 3 parts. We then want to do what 1 part is equal to, and that's going to be 50 over 10, which is $5. Oh, I've written 50, sorry. Which means each of these we're going to times by 5. So we have 5 times 7 is 35, and 3 times 5 is $15. Then we've got a map has a scale of 1 is to 200,000, and we measure 3 centimeters on the map. So we've got 1 is to 200,000. We put the 3 under there for what was on the map, which means we need to times this one by 3 because that's times by 3. So we'll get 600,000, and this one was centimeters, which means this would be centimeters. But we're not going to leave our answer like that because we wouldn't talk about 600,000 centimeters. So I'm going to pop that on my calculator, the 600,000. I'm going to divide by 100, which will take me to meters. Then I'll divide by 1,000, which will take me to kilometers. So I get 6 kilometers as my answer there. Then I've got one that's looking at using a growth rate. So if a baby grows 5 centimetres each month and starts at 52 centimetres, how long is it after 5 months, or tall we might have put there? So we are going 5 centimetres each month. After 5 months, 5 centimetres times 5 is 25 centimetres. So we're going to add 52 and 25 to get their new length. And we get 77 centimetres. So after 5 months, it will be 77 centimetres long or tall. For question 9, I've put a little star there because it's a little bit more difficult of a solving type question. Now we've got 2m take away 3 divided by 5 equals 2. So our first step is going to be multiplying by 5. So we get 2m take 3 is equal to 10. The next step, we're going to add 3. And we get 2m is equal to 13. Then we're going to divide by 2. And we're going to get, so we'll have m is equal to, now you could leave it as 13 on 2, or you could write the 6.5 there.